At it again, and oh boy, it's getting ugly for Joe Biden. And you know it's getting ugly when prominent folks are basically saying it out loud. You don't normally get this type of stuff, and it's so obvious to everyone at this point. Now, granted, we are a ways away from the election still, okay, admittedly. We got a little ways to go. There is a lot that could happen between now and then, but currently, Trump is leading. In just about every single poll that you can think of or find, Trump is ahead. He's ahead in all the battleground states. In one of the last polls I saw, every single one. This thing is all but over. Now it's just about holding the line and not allowing anyone to mess this up, like we almost did with the Republican rebuttal to the State of the Union. Now, I understand why, they chose the woman that they chose. I believe it's, I want to say her name is Katie. I think she's out of Alabama, if I remember correctly. I understand why they tried to put a woman out there to respond, but that one... it's stuff like that where I'm like, come on, guys, come on. Y'all remember, and I know most of us don't watch sports anymore, but this happened some years ago, admittedly, okay? Y'all remember some years ago when the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl versus the New England Patriots, I believe it was. The Seahawks had Marshawn Lynch in the Legion of Boom, right? Y'all remember that? And on like 3rd and goal for the game, for the Super Bowl, when you got Marshawn, for those of you who don't know who Marshawn Lynch was an animal at running back. Animal. He could run anybody and everybody over. At this moment is when you hand it to your running back, Marshawn Lynch, and say, hey, take us home, baby. Get that touchdown on the board, baby. Here you go. Take it on in. That's what you do in that moment. Okay? You run the ball down the Patriots' throat. You run it. And you know what the Seahawks decided to do? They decided to get pretty and fancy. Oh no. It's going to be a little trickery. Forget you, Marshawn. We going to throw it. And the New England Patriots ended up picking off that pass and winning the Super Bowl off of just that one play. I say that because I relate it to where we are currently. We are the Seattle Seahawks. Okay? We are the Seahawks. It's 3rd and goal. We don't have to do anything fancy. Just run it in. Run it in. Don't try no fancy pass, okay? Don't hand it off to the lady from Alabama. I get what you were trying to do, but let's just chill. Just hand it off. It's easy. It's easy, baby. It's easy. We don't need no picks. We don't need no interceptions. Now, because we are playing against a trash team and not a good team like the New England Patriots were, at one point in time, they didn't pick off that pass that we tried to throw on 3rd and goal. Joe Biden's State of the Union address fell flat on its face. As a matter of fact, the last poll that I saw, his approval rating dropped 1 point, which is also hilarious. His approval rating before and after the State of the Union, it dropped by 1 point. Hilarious. So didn't end up picking off the pass, but like next time, like let's just hand the ball off, okay? Let's hand it to Marshawn Lynch and run it in. Easy peasy. We can all see that we have the W in the bag. Just don't fumble it. Don't fumble it. That's all I'm saying. And I know, I'm sorry for those who aren't familiar with sports. I've played a lot of sports, and I just thought about that moment because that was like a big moment when it did happen. What year was that? That was some years ago when the Seahawks versus the Patriots. That was probably, how long ago, guys? 8 years ago at this point. Had to be. Maybe even a little longer than that. I don't know. But you guys get the point. This isn't a time to get fancy and try to fumble it. Okay, you keep it simple. But I got some clips that I want to show you guys of some good stuff. First off, but there is a clip that recently dropped that I'm going to show you. But I want to take a little trip down memory lane before we get into that clip. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
How do you see the U.S. economy playing itself out over the next 12 months? This is an election year. We've been talking a lot about what just took place in Iowa and trying to understand how the American public is going to feel about the economy may ultimately dictate how the president is decided.
Yes, I agree with that. I think it's a mistake to assume that everything's hunky-dory. And, and when stock markets are up, it's kind of like this little drug we all feel. Like, it's just great, But remember, we've had so much fiscal and monetary stimulation. So I'm a little more on the cautious side, that we are facing a lot of things in 24 or 25. And we mentioned Ukraine, the terrorist activity in Israel, the Red Sea, quantitative tightening, which I still question if we understand exactly how that works. I don't think we do. How QE actually worked, what the effect of negative, zero rates was for all this time. And obviously the politics. And, and then the Ukrainian war is affecting oil, gas, food, migration. So you have all these very powerful forces that are going to be affecting us in 24 and 25. So if I was the government, I would be preparing for what I'm going to do about that, assuming things aren't good. And I just also want to point out, I wish the Democrats would think a little more carefully when they talk about MAGA, and if you travel this country, and the country's unbelievable. We took our bus trip this year, and Leslie Picker was on Spokane and Boise and Bozeman. People are growing. They're hungry to grow. They're innovating. It's everywhere. It's not just Silicon Valley. So we've got this great hand. But when people say MAGA, they're actually looking at people voting for Trump, and they think they're voting, and they're basically scapegoating them, that you are like him. But I don't think they're voting for Trump because of his family values. Now, if you look, just take a step back, be honest. He was kind of right about NATO. Kind of right about immigration. Mm-hmm. He grew the economy quite well.
China virus.
Tax reform worked. Mm-hmm. He was right about some of China. I don't like what he did.
No, I said China virus.
Yeah, I understand. He may have been right. And I don't like how he said things about Mexico. I don't like, but he wasn't wrong about some of these critical issues. And
he was right.
That's why they're voting for him. And I think people should be a little more respectful of our fellow citizens. And when you guys have people up here, you should always ask the why. Not like it's a binary thing. You're supporting Trump, you're not supporting Trump. Why are you supporting
It's hard to hate
Trump?
75 million of your fellow Americans. And
I agree.
It's done crazy.
And, the Democrats have done a pretty good job with the deplorables, hugging onto their Bibles and their beer and their guns. I mean, really, could we just stop that stuff and actually grow up and treat other people with respect and listen to them a little bit? And I do think the economy will affect, and I think this negative talk about MAGA is going to hurt Biden's election campaign.
Sure is. But when you have people like Jamie Dimon saying that, it's a problem. Also, when you have WEF advisors saying stuff like this, you got major problems.
Are you concerned that Trump might be elected again shortly?
I think it's very likely. And if it happens, it is likely to be the kind of like the death blow to what remains of the global order.
Oh. Oh boy. Also, when you have folks like Ken Griffin saying stuff like this, you got some major issues.
That all of us are worried about. On the balance sheet of FTX is a line called Trump lose. And Sam was the second biggest donor to Democratic candidates.
I'm going to leave it to everybody else to draw their own conclusions about what you're saying here.
Right? Those are really, really ugly facts when you see a fraud of this magnitude having played out, and you find no regulators were there to prevent it. That's a really, really tough story.
We could talk for quite a while about FTX.
There was a line on their balance sheet called Trump lose. And Sam Bankman-Fried was allegedly the Democrats' second largest donor. Second largest. And he's gone. We all know what that means. We all know what that means. Now, recently, Ken Griffin, who you just saw in the last clip, he was conducting another interview where he said something very interesting that I think you guys want to see. Check it out.
Gonna win?
Right here, right.
Do you think Trump's gonna win?
Right here, right now. Elections tomorrow.
Yeah.
He wins it. But we'll be up late.
Last time we were up pretty late.
We were up really late last time.
Yeah, really late. I was on at 2 a.m.
And here's the.
But you backed him last time.
What?
You backed him last time, didn't you?
I didn't back him last time he ran.
You didn't.
No.
You backed him during his administration?
Oh, I absolutely.
Him?
When he was in the White House,
yeah,
had a fantastic working relationship with the president and with his team. And I'll give the president credit. He listened. He listened. He cared deeply about the American people. And he's very different in a small room with a small number of people. He really engages on problems. He really tries to get to the heart of the matter. He really tries to do what he believes is best for our country. You see it in his choice of words. You see it in his actions. You see it in his demeanor. He's very different than the person he's often personified by in the media or in the press.
Facts.
It's actually quite touching, to be blunt. It's surprising, to be right to the point. But I will tell you that, during the pandemic, worked with him extensively, whether it was on economic policy or Operation Warp Speed, or, I brought 5 plane loads of Americans back from Wuhan, China, and did that with Mike Pompeo, Secretary of State. So we did a lot together during the pandemic and on other issues. That connectivity with the business community that the president really thrived in, I don't see with this administration.
Don't see it. If it were to happen today, right now, Trump wins. Trump wins. When you got big name individuals saying stuff like that, and I love what he also said there, Trump truly cares about America. When you get him in a room and you sit him down and you think about how the media tries to portray him, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. He's someone that pays attention to everyone. He listens. Okay? And he truly tries to make the best decision for America. You heard him say it right there. You heard him say it right there. Even Chris Cuomo has said it too.
This guy's going to win, by the way. This guy's going to win. I've never seen people behind someone like this before. I've never been to rallies like that before. For anyone. Obama didn't even have rallies like.
Yeah, and I know I've played that short clip. A lot of those clips actually I've played for you guys before in other videos, but I came across the Ken Griffin clip, and I wanted to show you guys that because wow, says a lot, huh? Says a lot, and I'm happy that he added what he added there in the fact that Trump isn't the guy that the media tries to portray him to be. I think that is important for a lot of people to realize and understand what's going on here. But, and I know some people are going to say, well, those are just folks saying things. I mean, I'm telling you, I've showed you the polls. I've showed you, the polls with Trump up by 4, Trump up by 5, yada, yada, yada. But there is an overall shift happening in this country, the likes of which I don't know if we'll ever see anything like this, because it's honestly incredible what's happening. Okay, people of color in general, okay, are leaving the Democrat Party. I mean, all people of color. Here is one graph here. Okay, so you see American politics is going through a racial realignment with non-white voters shifting away from the Democrats and towards Republicans. So this is non-whites, right? Way up here in 1964, almost 100% of non-white voters were with the Democrat Party. And look where we are heading. To a nearly 50-50 split. Okay? In 2020, it was 75-25 nearly, or just under 75, and just above 25 in terms of the non-white vote. Look at the trajectory. Look at the trajectory. Incredible. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. And you know, the videos that we've watched and checked out bear that out as well. I've shown you guys all types of videos of black people, Latinos. Bring Trump back. Bring Trump back. My guy Trump. Bring my son Trump back. Trump 24. All types of folks. All types of folks. We've even seen the LGBTQ like literally holding the flag. Trump 24. I mean, it's incredible what is happening. Like, folks that you never would have thought would support Donald Trump now support him. I mean, look at this chart. Democrats' advantage with non-white voters has been rapidly eroding and is now at its weakest since the 1960s. Okay, so you see that there at its peak. Latinos at their peak, and just all non-white in general. Look where we are. Look where we're heading. To a nearly 50-50 split in total, overall. Obviously, you know, us black folks, we lag behind a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to catch up. All right, we're going to catch up. Don't worry. But just in general, nearly a 50-50 split. That's doomed for Democrats. That is doomed. They need these numbers to be up here. Okay? They need these numbers to be higher. Why do you think they hold on to something like abortion so tightly? That's their only advantage. That's their only advantage at this point. Abortion and stirring up some type of violence, right? I'm sure they're going to try to stage something. Hey, Republicans, oh, look, Republicans, violent. Look, guys, look, right? I'm sure they're going to. I'm sure they are. So be vigilant. Be very vigilant. If you see anything questionable, pull out your phone and record. That is one of our best defenses. So when Democrats try to run with this false narrative of Republicans doing X, Y, and Z, nope, we got it on tape, baby. We got the footage. I know y'all got y'all footage too, but y'all edited that. Y'all staged that. We got real footage. We got behind the scenes. Okay? Because, like I said, I don't know with 100% certainty, but I have a feeling that they're going to try to stage something, you know? Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. The only two groups that Democrats are winning with are white college graduates. I'm assuming that's graduates, but white college. And then people over 65. That's it. That's it. Black people lost. Hispanics lost. 18 to 29. Gen Z lost. Millennials lost. I don't know. Is this Gen X, baby? Lost. Asians lost. White non-college lost. Hey, yo, my folks over 65. What's going on? What's going on? Genuine question. Genuine question. What is happening? Oh, I know what it is. Social Security. Biden has run with the narrative that Trump is going to get rid of. That has to be what it is, right? That has to be. Y'all let me know in the comment. Like, it just hit me because I just saw Biden trying to run with that. I think Biden made like some cheesy video about Trump is going to end Social Security. But anyway, I think that's why the Democrats have the plus with the 65 and older crowd. And it's barely. It's less than 5%. Okay, so barely. So yeah. Man, Trump 24, baby. Trump 24. That's all I can say. And what's going in I believe the college one is because of the indoctrination going on. But y'all let me know. Peace and love. I'm out.